What is up, guys? Welcome to the Clickfunnels bonus. This is going to be a really fun one. So we're going to use an app called Clickfunnels. For those of you who don't know, it's an up-and-coming software. I think it recently was valued at $1 billion. It does an incredible job of really funneling your customers down into kind of one singular goal, which is to buy, your specific drop shipping item. So this is not going to be a store. This is going to be for one item, and we are going to literally, do all of our advertising here. We can do free plus shipping. It's literally going to be one item, and it's going to be focused entirely around that, and it just works. It just plain works. And we are going to automate it to the point where all of your customer order information is actually being synced into Google Sheets. So the first thing that I want to do really quick is just show you kind of what the end result looks like. Obviously, you can change the colors if you want. Obviously, these right now they just say benefit number 1 because they're going to be different products depending on what you guys find. But we just chose this kind of simple, beautiful necklace, and we're doing. They normally retail at $29.95, but we're only asking you to cover the $6.95 shipping and handling, or $9.95, or whatever it's going to be, right? And so we'll show you just how easy it is to actually change this really quick, just so you have an example. This isn't going to be a tutorial about ClickFunnels, but it's all drag and drop, guys. Like, we can literally just click right here, type in $29.95. If we want to make this $9.95, it's as simple as that. If we want to move that above, if we want to move it below, they make it incredibly simple for people who are not technical, which is one of the reasons that I liked it. I'm somewhat technical, but not as technical as some people. So I just prefer to take that difficulty out of my life and focus on things that add more value. So let's take a quick look. So this is kind of the funnel itself. It's very simple, very sleek. That's the purpose of ClickFunnels, to be very, very directed as to what the customer is supposed to do next. So obviously I'm supposed to click this button, so I'm going to do it. I'm going to enter my email, and it takes me to the next step in the funnel. So I'm just going down the funnel closer and closer to where I actually want this person to be. So we see the necklace right here. So I set up a product in Stripe. You need a payment processor, because ClickFunnels doesn't actually accept payments, and so we're going to link it with Stripe. And so what we're going to do really quick, since we need to actually make a purchase, and I'll explain why soon, but we're going to come to the second form here. And guys, just below this video, there's going to be a link, and you can click that link. It's down below this video in a link. Once you click it, it's going to actually give you this exact funnel that we already built for you. We normally, like my friends and I who run a ClickFunnels business, we charge $4,000, sometimes $5,000. I've seen people even charge up to $10,000 for funnels that have a little bit more complexity than this. But we're giving it to you 100% for free, and all you have to do is just go ahead and click this link. And if you don't have a ClickFunnels account, you can just click this link, and it'll let you sign up for a 14-day free trial, so you can try it out completely for free, and you can download this link. So once you have this funnel, after you click the link, then you're going to have all 3 of these. So if we go to the order page right here, we're going to click products. And what we're going to do is we are going to, I'm going to do this just from scratch just so you guys can see it. We're going to go to order form, products, and we're going to add a product. And what we're going to do is we're going to call this like premium white stone necklace, just because that's what we're selling in this one. We're going to choose Stripe as our billing integration, and just for this example, we're going to do $1. But you'd want this to be what you want your customer to pay. We're going to do $1 because I have to actually make the purchase, just so we can actually populate our information into Zapier. I'll explain all this. Just trust me and follow along for now, and I'll explain all of it, I promise. So we're going to do one time here, and this is what actually appears on their credit card statement. So we're going to do white stone necklace here. And now we are going to create this product. So here it is. We're going to go into Stripe, and if you don't have a Stripe account, you can set one up. So we'll create a product here. In products, this is one of my Stripe accounts. And all we're going to do here is we're just going to do white necklace. You can do the same thing for all of these. You don't have to worry about this for now. Is this item available for purchase? Yes. We'll call it ABC123, shippable, and we'll save the product. Oh, so I already made one like that. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, and save the product. So once this exists, and it also exists in ClickFunnels right here, then what we are going to do next is we are going to actually link up our ClickFunnels to our Google Sheets, and we're going to use an app that is both free and paid, but for our purposes it's going to be free. So we're going to go over to settings in ClickFunnels, and we are going to go down to Zapier. So Zapier, however you pronounce it, is a web automation service that basically links completely separate apps. So it'll link like Google Mail to uh, ClickFunnels or any number of things. And so what we are going to use it for is linking ClickFunnels to Google Sheets. So we're going to use this app. And again, Zapier is a free service, so you guys, if you don't have an account for them, you can just set it up. New purchase triggers when purchase is made in the funnel. We're going to go to continue. We're going to choose our ClickFunnels account, and we are going to find our specific funnel. I called it, I think I called it like sexy drop shipping or something like that. Let's see. Yeah, so simple sexy drop shipping funnel with upsells. Yes, we're going to watch for new purchases on all funnel steps. Go to continue here. And so what it's saying is make sure you have at least one recent purchase created. So what this means is it needs to actually be able to see a purchase in this funnel to be able to know how to extract data from it. And so what we're going to do is we're going to actually hold on to this window. So we're just going to minimize this for right now. And then we're going to go back to our funnel, and we are going to actually make a purchase. So if we go to this first step, we can actually click here, and it will launch like a real version of the funnel. So if we click through again, so we see the $1 premium white stone necklace auto-populate in ClickFunnels. It's a beautiful little feature. And so I'm going to quickly make this purchase with my real credit card information, and then we are going to get back to it. All right, guys, so here we are on the thank you page after submitting that order just with my real card information. I paid $1 for a premium stone necklace, and we can change this to look like whatever we want. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go back into that Zap window that we just minimized, and we're going to go to fetch and continue, and it's going to look for an existing purchase. So let's see if it actually finds one. All right, you got it. You can view your purchase to make sure everything looks good, right? So 100 pennies is how they quantify it, and we can see that Eugene, right? So this is me. So test successful. We'll use this as a sample for setting up the rest of your Zap. So we're going to go to continue, and what we are going to do is create spreadsheet row in a specific spreadsheet. And we are going to use Google Sheets attached to my specific Google. If you don't have a Google Sheets account, a Google account with a Google Drive, you can set one up. It's quite easy. And so we're going to figure out what this is actually called. We call it the ClickFunnels Order Tracker Blank. And here it is. It's beautiful. And this is going to be sheet 1. Okay, and so then now what we do, and so most of this is quite easy, but there's one thing that you kind of want to do a bit differently, and that is order date. So order date will populate into your spreadsheet in machine code. And so if we want to be able to actually read this order date, we have to copy and paste what's called a Zap Meta Human Now. So this is kind of a custom code that Zapier uses to switch from the date from machine code into actual human readable code. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to look for the product. So we can actually click here. And what we're going to choose here is where it says product name. All right, and the next one we are going to search, and we are going to look for where it says original amount in cents. And some of this it just seems kind of strange, like why you're choosing like cents, for example. But this is just what I've proven to actually work. There's a ton of different options for like price and everything like that. And so this is what I actually have gotten to import correctly into Google Sheets. So if you want to choose something else, you can. But this is what I've gotten to work. And so this is what we're going to do. So if we turn to type in first name, we see there's 2 options. We're going to use the contact for everything because it's actually pulling the data from Actionetics, which is kind of like the CRM and automated autoresponder for ClickFunnels, and it just has a little bit more accurate of data. We're going to do last name, and we're going to choose the contact again here. For email, we're going to do email, and it's going to be contact. Oops. We're going to choose email, and again it's going to be contact profile email. I'm going to do contact profile phone, address, and we want to make sure that we actually do contact profile shipping address because this is where we want to actually ship it to. We're going to do city, contact profile city, state, We're going to do contact profile shipping state zip. We're going to do contact profile shipping zip country. I feel like I'm going crazy saying contact profile. Contact profile shipping country. Verified, and we can leave verified process by when and notes blank. And we're going to go to continue here. To test Google Sheets, we need to create a new spreadsheet row. This will be created. And so we're going to create and continue here. And test successful. All right, you got it. You can view your spreadsheet row to make sure everything looks okay. And so if we go into here, voila, we see the second one was processed in a human readable date, 11/10 at 12:21, which is right. We see the product is the premium white stone necklace, 100 cents. Right, we have all of my information here. Really, one last super important point, guys. So make sure that you're listening here. I mean, you should always be listening because I'm very interesting. But this is very important. So this column called verified has to be done manually, because if somebody purchases from you and their payment fails, ClickFunnels is still going to send that payment through, and it's still going to actually appear on your spreadsheet. So make sure that you don't actually send it out until you verify their payment has succeeded. And how we do that, guys, is if we just go into Stripe. So if we're in Stripe and we go to payments here, we see that this $1 payment was processed for the order that I did, and we see payment succeeded. So it was a valid credit card, the payment succeeded, and it was legit. And so what we're going to do here is we're going to have our VA, or we're going to do it ourselves, and we're going to come in, and we're going to go verified yes, and so we can actually place this order. But it's very important to actually manually do this, guys, or else you could potentially have somebody who tried their credit card, it failed, you never got the money, and then you went out and bought the necklace off of AliExpress, sent it to them, and you never got paid for it. So just make sure that you actually are going to the payments tab in Stripe and verifying manually that every payment actually succeeded. And so after you do that, realistically, that is everything that you need to do. And so it worked, guys. And that is a beautiful thing when things actually work. So this is what we can do if we want to actually turn it on. And so now that it's on, we can check our dashboard. I believe I believe it's 200 free zaps. Let's check really quick to see when you can actually start to pay. So it's $0 a month up to, I think it's 200. Okay, so 1,000 a month for $20. But the free plan we get, okay, so 100 tasks or 5 different zaps. So we can get 100 orders per month for free, which is great. So then once we have that set up, the last thing we want to do is we want to actually come back in here and we want to change the product price. So if we're gonna sell this product for $9.95 and maybe it costs like $1.20 off AliExpress with like $1.60 to ship, right? So it's maybe between it's like around $2 or $3 for the actual product total to actually ship it out. And so what we're going to do is we're going to change this $1 back to like $9.95 or $14.95 or whatever you want to do. Oops, I accidentally clicked that. And we're going to update the product here. And then all you have to do, guys, is literally just use this link that it has right here in the front end offer. And then if we open this up, we see, we'd have to change the brand name and we'd have to change some of this text. But literally, it's that simple, guys. And now we have a fully automated ClickFunnels funnel that is pulling order information using Zapier for free, populating it into our Google Sheets. And then once we have that Google Sheets information, guys, all we really have to do with it is, have our virtual assistant go through and actually just go onto AliExpress and, maybe, this exact necklace isn't going to be here, but, maybe we find a necklace that we want to sell and, we choose one of these, like $1.13 for this one. And we come down, we look at shipping and planning. We see that it's e-packet is $2.73. So $2.70 plus $1.13 is like, $3.90. So if we pay a total price of $4 and we sell for $9.95, then we're making $6 per per sale. And so that's pretty cool. And it's quite easy to do, and ClickFunnels works great. And so we just take that link that I showed you guys how to get right here, and we create a Facebook ad just directed to this specific link, and it's crazy, guys, how well ClickFunnels converts. The reason that it became $1 billion company in 3 years is because it just simply works. And it's as simple as that. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys, and that is your ClickFunnels bonus. Make sure that you do, download the funnel itself in that link down in the description, just so you can get, going immediately and you don't have to actually like go through building out the funnel. I wanted to give you everything you possibly needed all in like one, succinct format, so you could really just hit the ground running. So I hope that helped, guys, and we'll see you on the next one.